Got some international games. I watched a little bit of the Nations League earlier. Snooze fest. Absolute snooze fest. What I'm thinking for scoreline tonight, I'm thinking 3-0. 3-0 US. What you thinking? Goose loose. Jamaica is an interesting team. Sometimes they come out and ball out. Sometimes they come out flat. I got to double check where this game is now. I'm thinking about it. Jamaica, USA is in Kingston at Independence Park. So we gonna see. It's away, yeah. Okay. What are you thinking? What do you think for scoreline? Right now, I'm watching Brazil versus Venezuela. At least it's World Cup qualifying. It's a little bit more interesting. UEFA and CONCACAF Nations League hasn't been as interesting as they're trying to make it. They might as well just call them friendlies. Antonio Azuje, what's happening, yo? Those games are always rough, man. You try to watch them, yeah, bro. You'll say 2-1 US. We don't have our best lineup. Who's out for our lineup? I don't even know. Who was selected? We don't have the official lineups yet, but who? Because Pulisic should be playing. I guess Pulisic should be playing. I don't know who's playing. I haven't seen Weston McKennie in a minute. Yeah, I feel you. We always struggle away from home. It gets a little rough, especially going to the Caribbean. The facilities are a little choppy. 9 players were missing for this one. Let's see. USMNT predicted lineup. Let's see what the pundits are saying. I'm also live on YouTube if anybody wants to come tap in with me there. YouTube.com/@EatPrayBall. We got comments up. I can read the chat. Rafinha continuing his form. Club and country. Who would have saw that? Rafinha was trash at the World Cup. He was non-existent in Copa America. And now all of a sudden, Hansi Flick comes and kicks it at Barca, and they're balling. No Gio, no Balogun. Adams is off. No Adams off the top of my head. Adams is still dealing with an injury, isn't he? I don't even know where Adams is playing. Rafinha with a fire free kick. Jay Gross, what's happening? Appreciate you tapping in. On YouTube, we're here. We're also live on TikTok and Twitch, I believe. No Instagram today. We're big chilling. Josh Sargent is not playing or is playing? Let's see. Sporting News, Fox Sports, Sports Illustrated. Pochettino could use a 4-2-3-1, which is my favorite lineup. My favorite FIFA lineup, I should say. I'm about to throw on FIFA too. He just made his first start this weekend for Bournemouth. Okay. Really? How did Bournemouth do this weekend? I didn't even see who they played. I've been watching Bournemouth, man. They've been smacking people up at home. They're a hard team to play. Let's see. Saturday, Bournemouth played. Sunday, Bournemouth played. No, Saturday. They lost to Brentford. Yeah, Tyler started alongside Cook in the midfield. Okay. Appreciate you, Goose Loose. You keeping me up to date on my Americans. I haven't been keeping track. That's why I'm interested in watching these games. I watched Malik Tillman in the Champions League. for PSV. That's good. We all watch too much, bro. That ain't a bad thing. If you're a baller, if you're a fan, keep watching. This is all headed to 2026, man. We all want to know what's up. If Poch can get us in any kind of shape to stand out in the World Cup. Man, YouTube is popping. We got trolls in the chat early. Am I really on Twitch, Jade Gross? Yeah. Go to Twitch right now and type in Eat, Pray, Ball and see if I'm live. It should be the same setup as you see on YouTube. F-Dub is trolling my hairline. All jokes. Appreciate you for tapping in, F-Dub. If you wouldn't mind, hit your boy with a subscribe. Hit this live with a like. We're big chilling. I'm watching Venezuela, Brazil. We're at the 45th minute, but we have 5 extra minutes. We're gearing up for USA versus Jamaica tonight, this evening in 3 hours, about 3 hours at 5 p.m. For those of you who can't see, my dog is sitting right here, staring at these snacks I'm eating. Goose the Loose, appreciate liking the live as well. My brother and I tried doing a pod, but we've taken a break. Bro, I feel you, but for the love of the game, do it. I've reignited my pod. I'm actually going to be working on it today while I'm streaming live because why not, right? My pod's not a general football pod, though. My pod is really about, I talk to people who work in the space, who are, looking to grow the sport in America, and their stories, how they became professionals, if they're professional players, how they got into their jobs and working in the sport, that kind of thing. And then I do live streams to talk general football because there's just so much, dude. There's so much to watch. There's so much. First of all, what do y'all think about all of these games that are being played? I feel like this is the most international breaks I've had in the opening fall winter season. Calm down, boo-boo. You're not gonna eat no more. Sit down. What do y'all think about all this football? Is this too much? Is it just right? Should teams just be adding more players to their rosters? Wow, Brazil just scored another one. Almost tripping. What do y'all think? I like that, man. Ours is just talking about the games. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it's hard for that one because it's like hard to find something, hard to like, focus on certain games, like it's not like you're a specific club podcast or anything. But I feel you, bro. Well, anytime you want to come and talk footy, that's exactly what this platform is for. Come talk, come connect. Who's your team? Goose Loose. Hey, appreciate it, F-Dub, with the sub. Jade Gross says there is one like on Twitch. I'm about to highlight that. Appreciate the sub. We out here. Man United, Goose Loose. Yeah, no wonder you stopped your podcast. It's a tough time to be a United fan. Maybe not, though. Amarin might come in and just switch it all up. I'm hoping he does because it just makes the Premier League that much more exciting. The Premier League's not fun if the big six aren't balling. I want all the teams, even Tottenham. I'd like to see them play well. Actually, I could care less about Tottenham, but everybody else, Man United, a lot of I used to love United. I used to love watching them at least. Obviously I'm a Cristiano fan, but even after that, I loved Marcus Rashford. I don't know why I said that in past tense, like he's not still around. Rude did give you guys some happiness, but Rude's not ready. I'm glad you guys moved on. I thought that was going to be the plan. They were going to getting rid of Ten Hag was the best thing to do. But I'm not sure if Rude's quite ready to take on that pressure, that responsibility, and I'm glad United have shielded him for it. Hopefully he sticks with the team, stays with Amarim, and y'all can build from there. But Man, pulled some results. Y'all pulled a result against my squad, Chelsea. It's kind of wild to say y'all pulled a result when we drew it at your house, but more people were saying that we should have felt worse about the draw than you, which I agree with, even though that whole game was garbage. Jade Gross subscribed. Appreciate you, Jade Gross. Stop living. You're just talking about soccer boring. Stop living. You're talking about soccer boring. Jade, what's up with that? You subscribe, but you're also trolling? What's up? Soccer boring these days? It's too much going on. My bad. I'm reading comments backwards. My folks in here, where are you tapping in from? Goose got me loose. I need to write it. Say it right. The loose goose. The goose loose. Considering what Amorim has done, I'm trying to not have expectations. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, he did a lot for Sporting. Do not let that City. Did you watch City versus Sporting? That game could have easily gone 5-0 City. Easily. I don't know what happened at halftime, what Amorim told him, but I mean, amazing win for them. But City is just in a weird funk right now. Let me put this off. Halftime for Brazil. What other games are going on right now? Is the Nations League still popping? Or did Italy beat? I was watching Italy-Belgium when we left off. And I started watching Brazil-Venezuela because it was just more interesting. Finishes in Italy beat Belgium 1-0. France tied Israel. England smashed Greece. Who scored for England? Watkins, Jones, and then an own goal. Wow. Nations League, boring today. Yeah, bro. Goose loose, like I believe that Amorim probably can come in. He seems very even-keeled. The thing about Ten Hag was I don't think he was really a bad coach. And I really do think he started to, at some points, put his influence on the team. I think his issue was ego. He wanted too much to do. Like there's managers, right? And then there's tacticians. And then there's like developers. And different teams need different type of coaches. But if you're at a club as big as United, you need a manager. You need somebody who can manage all of those players. Y'all have spent, the second highest amount of money, not including us. Y'all have spent the most money on transfers over the last 5 years. And our money is amortized over these long-ass contracts. Meanwhile, you guys got, people on these crazy $300K a week. It's tough to deal with. It's tough to deal with all these personalities. So I don't think obviously he couldn't deal with Cristiano Ronaldo. How do you not deal with y'all's club's GOAT? So yeah, I think that was his issue. I think Amorim seems a lot more controlled, a lot calmer head. YouTube, it's halftime, Venezuela, Brazil. What else are we watching here? What else we got going today? We're big chilling. I got to start working on my podcast. I have a couple in the can that I've shot. Santiago, what's happening? If y'all don't mind, go ahead and hit your boy with a little tap on the screen, a like, and then a little subscription. I'm eating the poorest of po' boy meals. This is what I call a po' boy Lunchable. You can't really see it, but it's slices of sausage, chips, and then blue chips, and pieces of cheese. A little ghetto Lunchable. That's my lunch today. But we're in the lab. It's Thursday. It's a little cold outside. It's getting cold out here. What else is going on? Pride, unfortunately, he thought he could bring the hammer. Yeah, exactly. You can't come to a club like United and bring the hammer. Like, and if you do, you have to like build that. You know what I mean? Like Pep can bring the hammer because he's built up what he needs at City. And Pep got, you know, Pep brings in the players that he wants. Obviously. But he's got the pedigree because his system just works. You know what I mean? That's a good question. I'm trying to find questions for the day. I'm trying to get back to live streaming Ball Around the World. That's going to happen tomorrow. But that's going to be one of my questions. Like, has Pep ruined football? Has, you know, 2010, 2011, tiki-taka Barcelona, and everything that's going on at City created a false understanding of football as we know it around the world? We'll see. Obviously, Pep hasn't had it all his way, especially in the Champions League. Maybe we should put that question up while I'm not playing any, while the game is at halftime. If y'all want to come chat with me, see the rest of what we got going on over here, come tap into the YouTube for a second. YouTube.com/@EatPrayBall. We're here. He's smart, but there's no way he's smarter than every coach out there. Fact. Are you talking about Pep? Or are you talking about Amarin? And sorry, I'm just snacking in your face, man. I'm starving. It's been a crazy morning. I'm also thinking about teams that just play out of the back for no reason. They just do it because everybody seems to be doing it now. Same way. Yeah, Pep. Right. Pep has a good system. He's smart. But he's also been very privileged. He's only coached elite teams ever. Right? What did he do? Like Barcelona B team for half a year? He's definitely a football brain. I get the resources. I get he has the resources, but it's like people are just imitating his style. Exactly. And they're imitating it poorly. And for no reason. This is a serious question while we're talking about Pep. So serious that I'm going to type it in here. What individuals are able to just be themselves, be their creative selves under Pep Guardiola? What individuals have thrived under Pep Guardiola? Right, typing it in the YouTube chat. Let's put a question to that. What creative individuals have thrived under Pep? I'm really curious. Let me know if y'all have anything. We might have to jump on Instagram too to kind of bolster this live, get folks in the chat. Right place, right time for him. Good for him, but not everyone to play that way. Facts. De Bruyne and Foden to some extent. Yeah, Messi is the only one in my head. I think De Bruyne has thrived, but I think it's because of his system, not because of his own individual brilliance. And maybe that's a little blasphemous to say because De Bruyne is a baller and he is brilliant. But the type of De Bruyne we saw at Wolfsburg, right, was not, and at Chelsea is not the De Bruyne we're seeing under Pep. But we do get to see him do his individual magic. Foden, I don't know what to say about Foden. I don't think Foden is thriving. I think he did really well last year. But as an individual, like I don't think Foden stands out as an individual. Like I don't think Foden stands out for England by himself. I don't think Foden goes to any other team and does any more than Raheem Sterling has done in any other team. So in terms of individual brilliance, I'm not quite sure. But I could be over talking it. I think Pep's system does allow him to be his best self. De Bruyne, facts. Yeah, I think Pep's system helps De Bruyne be the best. And it's tough because internationally De Bruyne is pretty is world class too. So maybe De Bruyne I'll give you, but even he is a tough one because I think he's thrived because of the system in place, and that's why, unfortunately, Belgium as a team hasn't thrived. Even though De Bruyne plays well, it's not it's not the Pep system. When I think about individuals, I think about Hazard. Remember how good Belgium was when Hazard was on the team? What has changed since that time in terms of personnel? Like Hazard, yes, and generational probably Hazard, but I'm a Chelsea fan, so maybe I'm a little biased. But yeah, but when Hazard played for Belgium and was at the top of his game, Belgium were a different team. They were the golden generation. After Hazard, Belgium has still had ballers, right? Openda, Amadou, who else? I mean, Axel Witsel was part of the old golden generation, but they've had him. They've had what's my boy's name who plays for Villa right now? Tielemans. They've had ballers on their squad for a long time. Thorgan Hazard even balled out for a while. Dries Mertens. And again, without Hazard, they just never looked. They never looked like the golden generation Belgium team that we're used to. And now looking at them with Lukaku, with all of these players, they still can't really get it done. I don't even know if it's a coaching thing. I think it's just individuals. Individuals are important. Actually, it's a coaching thing at Belgium. I don't know what's going on at Belgium. I don't know why they're playing so poorly. Maybe it's their defense. Yep, Dries Mertens. There's another one I'm missing. I'm missing a quick winger who used to play for Atletico. Who's that? Who's that I'm talking about? I'm greedy, huh? I'm greedy. All right. Let's see if we can get this Brazil game back on. That's another question for y'all. Where do y'all stream these games? I am on all of the wild websites. Just trying to get the stream going. All the pop-ups. But we here watching every game leading up to US Jamaica. Carrasco, Yannick Carrasco, facts. Yep. It's exactly who I wasn't able to remember. Uh-oh. This stream went dead. The link went dead. I have all the apps. Pay too much money. I mean, what app do you use to watch Brazil? What was that? Globo or something like that? Do you watch that? Where you tapping in from, Goose Loose? Their defense was solid too for a while. Yeah, Belgium. Belgium was supposed to be the team. I didn't even talk about Thibaut Courtois. They had the best keeper in the world for a minute. You're streaming from Texas. Okay, bet. Yeah, I used to have all the apps. Now I've kind of reduced it to Paramount, ESPN, and Peacock. At least so I can get, EPL, Champions League. I do have HBO, so I can watch all the US games. until HBO loses their rights. I'm sure Amazon's gonna snatch that up. Let's see. Let's go to link 7. That's what I'm having to do. I use a friend's cable logins for Fox Sports. Okay. Fort Worth. Okay. What does Fox Sports get you? It gets you some of the US games. What else does Fox Sports get you? Oh my God, the pop-ups are unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna leave that individuals for Pep alone for a second while we kick it. England and Greece is on Fox Sports now. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they get some odd Nations League game and some other stuff too. I don't know. I don't really understand how Fox Sports deal's structured, but it never seems like they're up for renewal. Always seems like it's every other network who's got to fight for another renewal to stream these games, all that stuff. I'm using my father's Fubo account to watch European ball, but I can never find a place to watch South American. Let's see. Uh-oh. I have literally lost my feet. I'm getting pushed to sports betting sites. Let's see. What is it saying? We got it. We got it. We're back. It's still it's the beginning of the second half. You know, Brazil used to be the team to watch. I think two things happened. One, somehow the TV rights are really trash for them because it is almost impossible to watch all of Brazil's games. Maybe it's easier if you're in Brazil. I don't know. But also, South American is almost always closed circuit for pay-per-view. Exactly. Right on cue. Yeah, bro. Like, I don't know how people are watching South American games, but it is not easy. It's impossible to watch Brazil. Every once in a while, I'll catch Colombia. And again, like, they have some weird rights because at some points, you'll be able, like, Brazil versus Japan will be on one of these platforms. I saw it. There it goes. Wait, what did I miss? Did Venezuela just score? Venezuela just scored. I'm tripping. It seems like they're going crazy. Wait a minute. What is going on? Banger. Venezuela scored an absolute banger. Ederson's not getting to that. That's the other thing. I wish I could show these games myself, but shoot, I can barely find these games. Now it's 1-1. I'm going to throw up the score at least and tell you what time I'm at. I'm taking the score from their actual feed, so it might look crazy, but we trying with the setup. 1-1. 1. It's game on in South America. My folks on YouTube, what's up? Tap in. Tell me what's happening. Tell me where you're watching these games from. If you're watching these games, what you're excited for this weekend. I know it's tough to be excited for an international break, but sometimes it's fun. After this Venezuela-Brazil game, I think I'm going to go live. I am live. I'm tripping. I think I'm going to go. I'm going to turn on FIFA is what I meant to say, and cool out for this lovely Thursday. I've gotten all my work done. Uh-oh, feed froze. Yeah, that's bound to happen. You know what I might do? I might just go live right now. That's the other thing. FIFA doesn't have Brazil on rights to Brazil. So like it's a lose-lose, really. It really is. Yeah. I would send you a link, bro, but my link is not even working. You got to find this game. YouTube, who has a link to the Brazil versus Venezuela that is not buffering? My live stream used to buffer a lot too. It's either or. Either I get to watch these games clean or and I buffer, or these games buffer and I watch and I'm clean. But today's a chill day. Okay, my stream's back. We're back. 49th minute, 49-39. Now, even though Brazil's got probably like 8 games left in World Cup qualifying, all throughout all of next year, they're still like pretty low in the seeding. I think in their group, top 6 go automatically to the World Cup out of 10. And let's see where they are. Okay, no, it says they're number 3 under Argentina and Colombia. They have 17 points. And I think this is live with their draw. Uruguay has 16 points. Ecuador has 13. Paraguay has 13. Venezuela has 12. Venezuela's on the chopping block in that 7th position. Brazil was in 6th position last international break until they beat Chile. That was an interesting game. Let's see. Ooh, Vinny. Yeah, this is a game. Ooh! Vinny Jr. is doing his thing. Oscar, what's happening, bro? Oscar, are you playing anywhere tonight? I was thinking about pulling up to Pan Pacific and stretching my legs a little bit. I haven't played in a couple of days. I don't have any recent GoPro content, so I want to strap the camera to my head and play some ball, man. Damn, this stream keeps cutting out. I can't. This is not the stream. Wait, what is this button? I can overlay the chat. Witset in NoHo. Yeah, I'm not driving all the way out to NoHo either. That's good to know. It's like a pickup at Witset. Come to El Sereno tomorrow for futsal. Oh, so far. Why can't we have ball right here? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's how I get comments on the screen. Speaking of ballers, I got a baller calling me right now. Hold on 1 second. I'll tell you right now if we're gonna play. Yo,
Yo.
what's good, brother? I'm streaming live
You're streaming live right now?
right now.
So you mean that like people can hear what I say to you?
Exactly. Don't say nothing crazy.
I cannot say anything crazy. I'm on campus right now. We're like doing promotions.
Oh, it sounds crazy on campus right now.
It's always crazy on campus.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Have you followed what happened actually like in the game between France and Israel? I couldn't watch the game, but
Yeah.
it was just like a bad game. It was not so good, but there was a lot of animation in the public because of the current conflict.
Right. Right.
Uh,
Right. Yeah. It was a draw. It was a very bad game.
Man, I don't know what's going on. Like I'm so pissed because like the fact that Deschamps decided to give the armband the captain to make Mbappe the captain of that team destroy Griezmann. And now Griezmann has decided to retire. And Mbappe is not on the top of.
Oh man. He was saying he was throwing some real hard facts out there. That was my boy Jerome. He's from France. He's calling back right now. Wait, I can hear you. Sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, I say.
You said Deschamps giving Mbappe the captain's armband destroyed Griezmann so much that Griezmann's on a retirement tour now, basically.
He retired.
Yeah, yeah, he retired from the team. But also, I'm hearing that he's coming to the MLS too. So maybe he's just in a retirement mode.
Because he wants to play with his friend.
Yeah, Carlos Vela, Giroud.
Giroud and Lloris, and probably but like Pogba is gonna come back. That will be interesting.
That will be interesting. You think he's gonna? You think Pogba can be fit enough to make the France team for one more World Cup?
No. Deschamps don't like scandals. He doesn't like scandals.
He hates scandals for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
Benzema could never recover.
Yeah, well, Benzema is it's a special case because Benzema was like basically like Griezmann. He was like one of like Deschamps' favorite.
Yeah. Right?
And Deschamps really felt like betrayed by what if Benzema was involved because it was a lot of things. It was not only about the sex tape and Mathieu Valbuena, but it was also like prostitution with Zaya. That was like at the time underage.
Yeah, the 16-year-old prostitute. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were like, he was too much shit. It was too many things. And then when Benzema said that like Deschamps kind of like went along with the racist part of France, he was like, man, I've been covering your ass all this time, and that's how you treat me. Yeah, he was like,
yeah.
But yeah. But he been trying that. He came back.
Yeah, he did bring him back, but it didn't look good either. It didn't like.
No, after the Ballon d'Or, he was like tired. He was gone. He was like crazy.
Yeah.
And history proved that it was not because of Deschamps really at that time, because what he did in Saudi Arabia after was not great at all.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The guy was just tired because when you play for Real Madrid, there's so much pressure. It's like pressure that nowhere else.
Right.
And the guy has been to the top of his game for that many years in Real Madrid.
Yeah, over a decade.
Yeah, that it's too much.
Yeah.
He had a strong mental though.
I mean, yeah, you have to, especially to be a striker for Real Madrid and not be the highest goal scorer. Yeah.
If you're like striker for Real Madrid, you really have like a titanium mental, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy all the time. You have to score every fucking game.
Yeah. Yep.
And when like people and me, for example, I'm a Messi guy. Okay, I'm a more Messi guy than a Ronaldo guy. But in terms of mental, what you see like Ronaldo has achieved as a player in the competition with Messi,
unmatched.
in the time where he was the striker of Real Madrid, it's crazy.
Right. Right.
Ronaldo must have like, you know, like the fucking mental, like, and he's training so hard. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a machine. It's a robot.
No, I mean, I just witnessed LeBron James last night. He did some more greatness, and every time I think about him, I think about Cristiano and vice versa, because I don't know any other players. Maybe Kobe Bryant, right? But
that was about to tell you this. I think that Kobe Bryant opened the way.
Right.
Because Kobe Bryant still like, you know, like he managed to play with like a tear Achilles, right?
Right.
Like who does that?
Nobody. There's literally nobody on this
like,
earth.
In a game where you have to jump. Who does that? Man?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. No?
Yeah.
So,
It doesn't make any sense.
It's like, no, it's just like, it's a level in the brain, like the mentality, where they're completely avoiding the pain.
Right.
They're avoiding everything that like would just like break their progression and goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
you,
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know many people capable of doing this. You know?
No, for sure. For sure.
And we're talking about that at the moment where it's like NBA or, you know, football in Europe or whatever, like very high international level. They have what, like 2 or 3 games a week?
Yeah. Yeah. How are you playing at that level, maintaining that level of consistency?
That's
And
what I'm telling you.
for 20 years, right? You know, for like
20,
when I think about Cristiano, 20 years and all the clubs that Cristiano has been to, that's actually
he's over 20 years now.
Oh yeah, it's over 20 years. Exactly. It's over 20 years. Shoot, I remember 2005 when he kind of shifted over from Sporting. And that was 20 years ago. And then he still played at Sporting. So yeah. It's crazy, man. It is
like,
for sure.
It's like what they do, like how they recover and what they eat,
Yeah. The discipline. I don't even have discipline to go to bed on time. Like I know for a fact if I go to bed after midnight, I'm going to have like a much rougher day. Ooh, Vinicius just drew a penalty. Oh, we're out here.
I'm on. I cannot see. I don't have TV right now.
Oh no, I'm just telling my.
It's just like crazy. Like man, it's not even that. It's just even like all the craving that you can have. Like Ronaldo is like renowned to have an extremely clean diet. Just don't drink anything else than water.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And but he was not always like that. He was like also at some point he was like partying a lot. He was known for that too.
Of course.
Organizing party with other guys where they were having like girls coming.
Yeah, bringing girls in and.
Bringing girls in, yeah.
I remember somebody had a story about Ronaldo. He used to fake as if he didn't speak English so that he could get girls in bed faster, but it was so that he could go to bed faster. You know what I mean? So
I don't know who say that, but I have a hard time to believe that.
No, they said I gotta find it. It was like
I don't think that he needed anything to get the girls.
No, for sure. No, but it wasn't to get the girls. It was just to speed up the process. It was like he would be in Vegas and he would just be like, "You, me, hotel room now," or something like that. And they would just go.
The guy who's playing in Manchester, right?
Exactly. Everybody else would be out partying, dancing with these girls. He's like, nah. He's efficient, man. He is like the master of efficiency. For sure.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if like someone who's like willing to be quick all the time can be the master of efficiency.
Right.
But that's another field than soccer, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's a completely different thing. Wow, Vinny Jr. just missed the PK. Lancelot, what's going on, bro? Good to see you.
Oh my God. What is the game? What's the game right now?
It's 1-1. Brazil is playing Venezuela. Venezuela is probably mid-table. Brazil is third in their 10 team World Cup qualifying.
How's like Brazil like what is the Brazil level now, like a FIFA
It's
classman.
I don't know their FIFA classification. I think they're still top 10, but they do not. And I have my basically my Brazilian ambassador on here on my stream, Lancelot. What's up, boy? He's from Sao Paulo. Lancelot, you can tell us better than we know. What do you think the state of Brazilian soccer is right now? My opinion, it is incredibly underwhelming, uninspired, and I don't know why. There's no reason why. Everybody on this team can play. I just think there's like a big gap missing when Neymar kind of left. There was no like new person to come hold the crown, and maybe that should be Vinicius, but
it's gonna come.
I think it's but I don't. It's been a minute now.
What is the name of this guy? Like Richarlison? Is he in the team right now? Is he playing?
Richarlison's not playing. I think he's in the team.
Do you remember his goal during World Cup?
Yeah, it was amazing. The little bicycle kick. It was amazing. I mean, that was a good World Cup for Brazil. I think they just,
That was a good team.
That was a good team, and they played well, and Neymar played well. I think they just, they just didn't have enough in them to.
It was a great World Cup. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's the best World Cup I've ever seen.
No, well, man, like, how old were you, like, in '94?
Oh, I was too young to really understand 94. I thought you were going to say 98. 98 was a pretty good World Cup too, but obviously.
It was, okay, I'm French. I'm not going to be biased, but like, look, I was 9 years old when it was '94.
Yeah.
I remember America, like American World Cup. It was a great World Cup, man. It was a lot of like, it was a lot of great players, and it was like super good. It was a lot of good games too. So
yeah, Baggio and all of the Brazilians.
Baggio, but like a Brazilian, it was like not all of the stars that they had after, but it was still like big stars like Romario, Bebeto, Aldair, Cafu.
Yeah.
Dunga, Leonardo. Yeah, it was. It was like great players too. It was a great players. I love that. German team too, and it was the last World Cup of Maradona.
Maradona played in '94. I guess so.
He scored a goal against Greece, and then like he got. I think it was against Greece. But anyway, then he was like the first player in history escorted by a cop and a nurse out of the field to go to a doping checking.
Oh my God!
That's it. When they realized that he took ephedrine, but he was targeted as like someone problematic. So it's kind of there's a lot of like theory around that.
Yeah, a lot of conspiracy around it, huh?
I say theory, okay?
Just theories, no conspiracies. But yeah,
I don't want to say something like people, but it was kind of like it was strange.
I mean, by '94, he had gotten close and then fallen out with the Italian mafia at that time. And then he had already.
I think it's less about that, but more about his affiliation with Fidel Castro,
Pablo Escobar. Oh, Fidel Castro.
No, Fidel Castro, and the problem that the free speech he was having.
The communism also, versus
and also like the drug using.
Yeah.
He was making a comeback when he came in '94, and he did a lot of work to be there. But like at that time. He was one of those players, just like Ronaldo with Portugal. The guy wants to play. You're not going to say, no, you don't play.
Right.
It was iconic, right? So, but that, like, I guess that, like, FIFA and American institution as a whole didn't really want it here.
Right. He was a symbol of drug use and partying and bad affiliation.
An anti-imperialism like speech.
Yeah. It's interesting how politics get into this sport, even when people try their hardest to keep it away from the sport. It's like it's a part of it,
Yeah, but like at that time, like American team was a joke, and people were like, basically the American team was there because they were like organizing the thing. But some of the guys are still like very famous now. Like Lalas, I think is a commentator now.
Yeah,
he's quite a good job. as a commentator.
He's done an amazing job. He's done an amazing job as he was also the president of the MLS early on.
Yeah, and so in '98 he was in the team with Balboa and a couple of other guys.
Yeah. Wow, you know you even know the American soccer history.
Man, like I told you, like '94 was actually a great team, like a great
Great year for World Cup. Yeah.
People were like very skeptical, you know, because they were saying, oh, they don't have like they have the soccer, they don't have the football culture. They have like their soccer culture.
Right.
They were wondering how it's gonna be, how the fields are going to be, how the crowd is going to gather and everything. And actually, American did a great job. That's why I'm very excited about the next one coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, ask anybody. Like, they will tell you that '94 was a fucking good World Cup.
Yeah.
It was joyful. It was like a lot of like great player. The level was very high, and it was not like the football that we saw in the last World Cups where teams are afraid to lose. So they lock the game, they don't play. '94 World Cup in America, teams were like crazy offensive.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like technicalities on the field. You know, I'm telling you.
So it was beautiful football too, with all that was going on.
Like, you know, it was a beautiful football with like many teams. I think that Nigeria was there too. I don't remember.
Yeah, Okocha, huh?
JJ Okocha.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nwankwo Kanu was there. It was like
I feel like
it was like it was. I love that World Cup, man. It was only France was not there.
Right. Yeah. It seemed like France always misses. You know, always goes year by year. Like they're not in the '94 World Cup. They win the '98 World Cup. They wash out in the '02 World Cup. They're in the final of the '06 World Cup. It's like and then after '06, what was it? 2010, the Patrice Evra and the whole team kind of revolted. It's like every other year for France. And so this is the first time, 2018 and 2023, they went back to back finals. So what do you think? What do you think France can do in this World Cup? Because they're underperforming. France is underperforming since the World Cup, we have to say.
I think that like Deschamps might have made his first very mistake.
Yeah, I can see that.
He has been like a long time in charge.
Isn't it time? Don't you think it's time for a new coach?
It's not so much that it was time for a new coach, but it's a time for him to take a break.
Okay.
And he could have taken a break.
C'est la pareil, my friend. It's la pareil.
No, c'est pas vraiment pareil. Because like, you know, like every time that you have a new coach, you have a transition with like, you know, like where you have actually to change some people. I would say that in French we say cadre, but like we'll say like men players, the ones who are like holding the crew together.
Right,
you know?
right.
And I think that like he believes that he can still go far with some of those players that bring some kind of spirit that was in 2018.
Yes.
The Mbappe, the Kanté.
I mean, he was in 23. He was playing Giroud still, and when I didn't respect Deschamps enough, even in 2018. I thought he should have brought Benzema in 2018. I had all these thoughts, but in 2023, when he took Giroud and Griezmann, I think it was Griezmann too, off in the first, what was it? I think it was like the first 30, 40 minutes of the game. First half, he took them off and put on Kolo Muani and I think Thuram, some of the young boys. Maybe it wasn't Thuram. It was Kolo Muani and somebody else. Maybe Dembele. That's when I was like, oh, he's a coach. He's not playing.
No, but he's a great coach. And even like if you look at what he did at the club and everything, he's a guy with a lot of experience. Of course, he also have like the most beautiful, history in among the French soccer player. You know.
Yeah.
He
won as a player, won as a coach. He won 98 and won
Champions League with a French club. The only French club that won the Champions League was Olympique de Marseille.
Olympic, yeah.
And he won it as a captain.
Yeah.
Right? and he won the World Cup in '98 as a captain.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he won the Euro in 2000, and he retired, and then he won the World Cup as a coach.
As a coach,
in
yeah.
2000. So the guy is like untouchable, right?
Yeah. But you know who's the only person I think can touch him? Could Zidane not touch him?
No, he can't.
No?
Can't.
Wow.
No, they tried. He can't.
Yeah.
No, only he himself can decide and say like,
I'm
okay.
done. Yeah.
And I think that what he's doing is like this guy always like he's like playing chess, and he always have like a strike ahead. And I think that what he wants to do, I think is like maybe like another, you know, the president of the football federation. You know, I think maybe something like that. But it doesn't like it's not going to leave for less.
Yeah.
He's always going to stay in place where he can have control when he's in charge.
For sure.
So, but like you know, like the French team right now doesn't really do good, and I don't know about like Colomwani seriously. Like,
No.
no,
I mean, between a lot of those young boys, whether it's Kolomwani, whether it's Thuram, I mean, Bradley Barcola. Have you seen him play?
yeah, Barcola, okay,
Love
he's not
him.
a striker.
Love him. No, he's not a striker, but you know, we're in the modern era of football where wingers are strikers, right? Wingers score the goals. I mean, is Kylian a striker yet? Do you think Kylian's a striker?
It used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I'm not going to help with the rest of the pack just because he's having a time where he's like feeling a little bit like lower.
Yeah, it's a little tough for him.
And there are a lot of attack. He's 25 years old. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know. And by the way, you know that there is like kind of like black series where something is happening to you in your life and it keeps going on. And the guy was like having a problem with the PSG.
Had a problem.
Like really.
Yep.
Sorry.
No. Yeah. No. Keep going.
Yeah, they were not like in good term and everything, but the guy still go to the World Cup. He's not feeling well. He hasn't been playing. He's not really prepared physically speaking for that. He was also expecting to do like the Olympic game. They tell him no, you won't. So he's losing his agenda. And on the top of that, he broke his fucking nose, and people call him like Ninja Turtle. I mean, like how bad?
I forgot about that. I forgot about France at the Euros altogether because you're right. It just was not a good Euro.
Yeah, and the Euro, he was not happy. He was not playing well. And I think at that moment, like you know, he was like also kind of losing. He was kind of losing influence in the locker room.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it's tough when you transition from a star boy to the leader of the team.
But
you know,
too fast. Again, too fast.
Yeah, too fast.
Too fast. He should have like if he would have given that this armband and put Griezmann as a captain, that would be a whole different story.
Interesting. Okay.
But that cut his legs.
So you don't think
cut his legs off.
You don't think Griezmann was falling off anyway? You know, Griezmann had a weird time too. You know, just before the World Cup, he went to Barcelona, didn't perform well. You know, had to go back to Atletico where he did do well, but you know, didn't.
Well,
yeah.
First of all, he should have shut up. He should have like shut his face before going to Barcelona. He would have like prevented him like many problems when he arrived there then. And also, like Barcelona is a private club, you know. It's like you want to talk about the Barcelona, you can also say members only. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at that time there was like Griezmann coming, but if I remember well, like Neymar was going to PSG, and Messi and Suarez were not really welcoming to Griezmann.
Yeah, of course, no.
So they influenced everybody to kind of like set him aside. And when you do that, when the guy's coming from Atletico Madrid and he was like the little prince, everybody loved him, and all of a sudden you don't have that much love, that impacts you.
Yeah, of course.
Also, you play with Messi. So previously in your previous club, you used to be the most technical guy of the team, and all of a sudden you play with the most technical guy of the history of football.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
It was hard. I don't think he did so bad in Barcelona.
I mean, comparatively to Atletico, he did bad, but it's the same thing with Mbappe. It's the same thing. Like I don't, and I was a big believer in Mbappe should have stayed in Paris. I really do. I think,
I disagree with you. I think he should have gone to England.
yeah.
He had so much fun in a club like Liverpool.
Liverpool, he would have done well for sure.
Or Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
He has like some legacy over there. They would have made him play. And just like Thierry Henry in Arsenal, like then like the freedom of being like a bit everywhere in forward, you know?
Right.
But you know,
that's a different.
The guy is a big fan of like of Ronaldo, and Florentino Perez wanted him. You know? So that was the match.
Yeah, it just makes you think about it. Like, yes, you have your idols, you're a big fan, but you know, when you pop on the scene that young and you can really make your own rules, you really got to think about it like creating your own legacy. I agree with you. He probably would have done really well in England, but I think if you stay in Paris, you play with no pressure, and all you have to do is work to win the Champions League.
That's not so true.
You don't think so? You don't think if Mbappe had won the Champions League in the next 2-3 years in Paris, he would still be considered the best player on earth right now? Because he's not right now.
No, because I think that like even like if PSG was to win the World Cup right now, that I mean the people in the football community are still not considering PSG, even though they have a lot of like investment, yada yada yada, at the same level of like Liverpool or Bayern München or Real Madrid or Barcelona, whatever. They still don't have that credibility, and there's no guarantee would have won the
No, there's no guarantee, but that's what I mean, isn't it? There's no guarantee he's going to win it at Real Madrid.
It is playing with pressure too, because like actually in France there is two teams where you have a lot of pressure on the players, PSG and
Marseille.
Olympique de Marseille.
Yeah, Marseille.
Those two teams they have like public, they have supporters who put like a lot of pressure, and you know, for a player living in this city, it's a lot of distraction too. So it's not so easy to keep yourself at the top and not be like, you know, distracted by the nightlife, the rest of the things around. You know, living in Paris is not so easy to play. Also, the French level is not like no pressure. It's still a good level.
I think the French level is great, honestly. I think the French level is above German, but a lot of people disagree with me.
I don't know, probably approximately the same level, but definitely not the same thing as like England or Spain.
Yeah, for sure.
But like it's still like a pretty good level. It was like still in Champions League level. But like, did they have the team for him to be like? Did they have like?
I think they're close.
Seductive team enough for him to stay.
I think you don't think so? I mean, again, the young kid Bradley Barcola, who technically plays his position, who plays Mbappe's position, so it was a little bit crowded.
Not the same level. And I'm gonna tell you this: if they want to do something like that, if they want to reach that level, they're going to start. They're going to have to purchase the star in their pick, not at the dawn of their career. It was good with them in the light, to shed the light on them, like when with
Neymar, with Messi, Ibrahimovic,
Messi,
Beckham, Cavani.
Now you know, now there shouldn't be like a retirement club anymore. You know, there should be like something.
So last year was the first year that they stopped doing that. Once they got rid of Neymar, it seemed to be they got a coach, you know, Luis Enrique, who's, you know, won the Champions League before, as a good, you know, played for Barcelona in his career. And it seemed like now they're actually playing to develop young talent, right? And they have a lot of young talent. They have Kolo Muani, they have Warren Zaire-Emery, you know, they have obviously Bradley Barcola, and then they have, you know, pieces around them. They have Vitinha, who's a young star for Portugal. They got, you know, Marco Asensio, who you know, he did well at Real Madrid when he did. So they had a lot of pieces. And what I'm thinking is Mbappe could be the only star and lead that team. They could just build. They needed a couple years. But
yeah, but like you feel that way, but they don't have the culture of like clubs like Milan,
yeah,
AC Milan,
Yeah.
or Real Madrid, or Juventus,
or Liverpool, like you
have-
said, yeah.
or Liverpool. They all have a culture in the club, and this culture is like almost like unbreakable. In Paris, you will see that almost all the players that leave have a problem with the staff.
Mm-hmm.
The staff is problematic, whether with the coach, whether with the player. The staff is putting a lot of pressure on the players, and it's not functioning well.
Mm.
There's a lot of problem with the staff. Look at what happened. Look at this mess. You know, and those guys are doing like very poor choice, like stuff that in other clubs they would never accept. Like I'm gonna take an example, like a straight example of that. The guy's in the middle of a scandal because he was in Sweden and like he's accused of like
Rape, right?
rape,
Yeah.
potentially. You know, how in the world this guy is by himself, is playing in Real Madrid, and he happened, or I don't know where, or who he was playing at. How in the world this guy is like in this situation like that?
I do think it's crazy because I 2 years ago I saw Mbappe come to the United States. He was on some kind of Nike tour. Bro, when I tell you it was 10 French
Yeah.
military, like they were all over 6 foot. They were all over 250 pounds,
Exactly.
big French black, you know, military looking dudes.
Something fishy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something like that should not happen if there was like some kind of culture of like how you manage your career.
I mean,
Something that Ronaldo had to learn.
I was about to say,
The difference between
Ronaldo did go through the same kind of scandals. You know, maybe sometimes you just get so famous.
You can see a transition between the time he was in Manchester and when he's like going to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You know? And because in Real Madrid, you know, you play for the club, and the club it's a whole fucking culture that you cannot like break apart. There's no like really like, you know, Real Madrid is always going to be bigger than you. Whereas when you play for PSG is always going to hold because of Ibrahimovic, because of Mbappe, because of yada yada yada. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's always like a sort of a player that's pulling all the blanket on his body. You make the club naked. It doesn't happen in Real Madrid. Real Madrid is always going to be bigger.
Yeah.
So they don't have that. So that's kind of, I don't know if like, even if you would have stayed in Paris, I don't know, man. I don't think that they're ready yet. They don't have that culture yet.
Yeah. I just think in terms of legacy, it's very difficult to try to recreate the legacy of somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo. So when I think
you should not.
You should not.
Your own.
You should create your own.
mean,
and so he could have gone anywhere. He could have gone to Liverpool, Paris, you know, whatever. But I thought he had something good going in Paris. He knew the French league. He had been scoring 30 goals a season, you know, so you gotta find a way to create your own legacy. And he didn't do it. So,
you have to create. I mean, like, you know, I'm gonna give you an example of like that. Like in England, someone like a French player that had a huge legacy, like really huge, was Eric Cantona.
Yeah, of course.
And as a striker, you don't see a guy like Thierry Henry that became the top scorer of like Arsenal, trying to get the same legacy of Cantona whenever he came with his own.
Right.
There's nothing you can do about it. This is the way.
He also had a great coach too, and I think that probably is important too.
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff is like right place, right time, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sports is definitely one of those things. There's a billion sports stories, but you have to, sometimes it's just the perfect storm of right things, you know?
And anybody who plays soccer or knows soccer is a little bit, you know, when I say a little bit, like I'm, you know, c'est euphemism. But like anybody that knows soccer would tell you that they know someone who could have made it.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
You know, it's a matter of chances, and it's so slight.
It's so small.
You know,
So it's every
Yeah.
small thing. Matter of fact, that brings.
we all know someone who could have made it, like really made it.
I agree
And
with
did
you.
not.
That brings me to a question that I'm going to pose to my chat watching and listening with us. I just want to throw it at you. If you have any player in mind, name one player that you think that if you had some kind of magic lamp or magic wand, you would wish them a injury-free career, and they would probably end up being the best player who's ever played. What do you think?
That's a fucking great question, man. Wow, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm thinking. Let me give you my top three.
I am sure you're gonna say Neymar, man.
Of course, I'm going to say Neymar. Of course, I'm going to say Neymar. Neymar's probably my top. And to stay on Brazil, I'd probably say Ronaldo Fenomeno. Because he's the only player that people seem to think about. I mean, he had as heavy of an injury-laden career as Neymar. But Neymar seems to never have reached the heights that Ronaldo reached. You know what I mean? He's the one player that players talk about as if he reached all the heights, because he did. He won the World Cup. He's won. I don't think he won Champions League. I have to double check that. But
Ronaldo?
Yeah, Ronaldo Fenomeno. Did he win with Milan or something?
It did with like Real, no?
Not with Real.
It was like,
oh, maybe
they didn't win the World Cup, the Champions League, with like this goal of Zidane against Bayern Leverkusen.
I want to say that was before Ronaldo got there, because Zidane.
Oh yes, Raul was there, maybe.
Raul, exactly.
You know what I'm thinking about, like Djibril Cissé.
Yes, yeah.
Broke his leg, also broke his leg.
Djibril Cissé was up there for sure. I'm trying to think of anybody else who was like top, like even like. I mean, I can't say Ben Arfa was really injured. I think he had like more mental issues.
I don't think so. I'm thinking about like maybe Jean-Pierre Papin.
I don't know. Who?
Jean-Pierre Papin.
Jean-Pierre Papin. What years?
Yeah, man, it goes back to the 90s.
Okay.
To the 90s. Yeah, but that he was a great player, and he was at the top, and just when he left to Milan and Bayern, he started to be injured, and that's so sad.
Yeah.
I know it's been like that. It's been like for a long time.
Yeah, it was Raul, Figo, Scolari, Zidane, and Morientes who won the 2002 Champions League.
Yeah.
So Ronaldo had not got there yet. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He must have got there right after the World Cup. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna let you keep thinking about it. I'm gonna pose my question to y'all on TikTok. Is that Ashley? Tapping Queen is on the. What's up, Ashley? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live. We're big chilling. I'm on the phone with my boy Jerome. We're talking a little footy. Lancelot says Alexander Pato. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good one. And he says Alexander Pato and Ronaldo Nazario. And Ronaldo Fenomeno, the one we were talking about. He also says Marco Van Basten, but I feel like Van Basten had injuries, but I feel like he got to live out his prime. I do think he got to live out his prime.
He still had the beautiful day before he got injured by the French.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Player, by the way.
By the French player. Marco Reus.
I think it was 93, maybe something like that.
Yeah, early 90s for sure. Marco Reus, the German, the Dortmund wonder kid, who played for all the biggest teams and was the best player whenever he was healthy, but never could get it right. He's healthy now playing for LA Galaxy. So I'll give you Marco Royce as well. Eden Hazard. Did Eden Hazard get to be who he wanted to be? Yeah, I guess Eden Hazard.
No
No?
way. No way.
Like, do you
No
think
way.
you think he lived his prime and then he just got injured at the end of his career, so it doesn't
He
count?
was lazy, man. He was lazy.
Ah, yeah, that's real.
He was lazy.
Lancelot, I would say GOATs because I think he's a great player, but I don't think he would have been one of the best in the world, even if he was healthy. Now, GOATs is a crazy story because he had some I don't know if it was Crohn's disease. He had some kind of like wait. The sprinklers just went on in the Venezuela-Brazil game. They just came on in the middle of the game, bro. South American football is some of the funniest ball I've ever seen.
Not as good as the CAF, man. Not as good as the African Cup.
Oh, African Cup this year is going to be great, though. Look at this.
Man, like African Cup, they used to have like like there was no movie. There were people were not complaining. They were like very aggressive.
It was
hard.
just playing hard.
And nobody was like rolling and crying for 10 minutes. They used to be very, very, raw.
Yeah, African CAF football is making a comeback though, because the Cup of Nations last year was one of the best tournaments.
Yeah,
it was a great tournament.
South American football is very tough too.
Yes,
Very,
yeah.
very tough.
South American football is tough, but no, I agree with you. South American football is one of the toughest, right? Like Brazil, when Brazil play South American teams versus when they play European teams, it's a completely different style. They seem to be running harder, but I'm watching this game right now, bro, and in the last 5 minutes, Venezuela player has slapped a Brazilian player in the face and gotten a red card. And now in the middle of play, mind you, it's 1-1. It's tied 1-1. They're at the 95th minute. And the sprinklers have just come on in the middle of the field during play. It's nuts.
I'm gonna add another question.
Yeah.
To the one you brought on the table, and ask your people and you to the top 3 of the players that should have like a shorter career because they were too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
Like Pepe,
Ah.
Like players who were not like they shouldn't have like a long career because they should have been like kind of bad.
Yeah. And you think Pepe?
Ah, man, come on! Have you seen the guys that's nasty? He was nasty.
Yeah, he was nasty.
He was nasty.
It's weird because Pepe kind of came from a generation where nastiness was more celebrated, and now we don't really have nasty. Like you don't see nasty defenders anymore.
I hate nasty.
Yeah.
I hate the nasty. I hate them so bad.
What was I'm trying to think of the English player who. No, it wasn't English. It was.
Oh yeah, the guy Roy King and all those guys. The guy that ended up like being a
Roy Keane. Roy Keane. Yes, bro.
Roy King was nasty, but the other guy that ended up being an actor. He played in Snatch. He was a football player. He was a soccer player. You don't know who I'm talking about?
And I love Snatch too, the Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah, it was Brad Pitt, and this guy's in there.
Chat, help me out. Who's the footballer who played in Snatch?
He played in another movie also where he's like have to coach.
Oh, Vinny Jones. Yes. Yes.
Jasmine Statham in it. Yeah, you don't remember?
Yes, I remember Vinny Jones for sure.
Guy,
Bald head. Yes.
Number 1.
Yes, he's number one nasty player. Yeah, no, he was crazy. He was
not a soccer player. He was a wrestler.
He was a brawler. Nemanja Vidic too. Vidic was a dog too. Vidic was a leg breaker and a dog, but he was in an era where you had to know the game too. But yeah, there's some players who just didn't even have to know the game. They just knew they needed to run hard.
He was playing at a time in England where if the guy doesn't go to the hospital, there's no yellow card.
My
The
my
British were crazy, man.
my baller Lancelot on YouTube just said Felipe Melo was a dangerous one. That's true. Felipe Melo was dangerous, but not Felipe Melo is kind of in the middle. You know, he's not a Vinnie Jones or a Roy Keane. He came up and he played through the mid 2000s. The wing the Brazilian wing back, not wing back. I want to say he was center back. But yeah, he was dangerous. Yeah, that's a good question too.
That's a good question because you know we have many questions coming.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't talked. Like I'm surprised that a striker like you hasn't talked about goalkeeper yet. Your nemesis.
Wait, my what? My what?
Your nemesis. You know.
Oh, who's the goalkeeping nemesis?
Goalkeepers.
I can't even think about, I never consider goalkeepers. Like when they're really good, like Manuel Neuer in 2000, whatever it was one of the top goalkeepers I've ever seen. But
make your top goalkeepers. Make your top 10 goalkeepers.
I'll do 5 because I can't even do 10. Shame on I know. Unfortunately, I don't respect keepers enough. Usually it's bad offense, not good defense to me. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have all the keepers on your ass, man.
I know.
They're crazy.
My top 5 keepers of all time in this order. No, maybe not in this order, but my top 5 of all time. I'm going Gigi Buffon. I'm going Manuel Neuer from Germany. I'm going Peter Schmeichel. I'll probably
get out of here.
Oh man, he's a legend, man. Legend on legend. Legend on legend. I'm definitely going Petr Cech. I'm a Chelsea fan. Got to do it. And then my 5th goalkeeper all time. Yeah, I guess I could name 10. I guess I could name 10 because I was gonna try a Brazilian. I was gonna try but I can't.
There's no Brazilian that works like these in this classification. And you haven't talked about Barthez, Caruso.
I knew you were gonna say Barthez. I knew you were gonna say
Toldo and Campos and what Chilavert.
Okay, Campos is one I definitely left out. I was not gonna say his, and I was gonna say Ochoa too. Who the Mexican keeper who's been balling, it seems like for 40 years. Yeah, he should definitely be up there. Okay, that's 5. I'll have to throw Ochoa up there.
From Cameroon.
Don't know him.
Yeah, it goes way back,
Yeah.
And
Lancelot, my baller on YouTube just said Casillas.
Casillas. I was about to say Casillas, man. Like, he was great.
Casillas was great, and he was a legend during multiple eras of Real Madrid greatness, but for some reason, he still didn't seem like the legend of legends to me. I don't know if it was because he's undersized or because he stayed at Madrid maybe too long. He left Madrid and they won 3 Champions League in a row, Casillas,
He's this shit, but he was a good player.
Oh, he's a great keeper for sure.
And you didn't talk about this German blonde guy in Bayern before Neuer. What was his name already? Oh, this guy was crazy.
German keeper before Neuer. I can't believe I didn't. And the reason I didn't name Fabien Barthez is because I didn't really. Outside of France World Cup, I didn't really know much about Barthez. Like I didn't know him. But let me see. Bayern goalkeeper before Neuer.
Yeah, man, I forgot his name.
I can't think of him because when I think of Oliver Kahn, I'm tripping. Oliver Kahn. Wow. Wow. No, that's a big miss. Oliver Kahn for sure is a legend.
Yeah. I'm about to be loud now because I'm going to the mechanic.
Yeah.
You're be on the bike.
You're getting your bike fixed? Okay.
So I stay on the phone, but like I might turn off like the microphone so you can talk to people. I can listen to you, but
Yeah.
you're not going to like the sound of that.
Well, what are you about to do for the rest of the day? You're going back south?
I'm going to play soccer to Pacific Palisades tonight.
Oh, Palisades.
I didn't send you like the link. You want to come?
I think so, because Palisades is close to me.
No, Pacific Palisades is like by Malibu, man.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm thinking of Palos Verdes.
Yeah, Palos Verdes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not close to you, Palos.
Yeah, that's not close.
It's closer. Right. Wait, let me check. Oh, they still have spot, man. You want to come?
Oh, man, it's just such a drive.
It's 7:30. I'm going to do the drive by on motorcycle.
Oh,
We can do the drive together.
that's even worse. Let me think about it, because there's another sweat that's closer. It's at Pan Pacific at 7.
I'm texting you right now. I'm texting you right now.
Okay, send it to me and we'll go from there.
I'm texting you right now, and if you can join, you just have to register. But yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So where are you riding to? Are you riding home to get your stuff, or are you riding you're riding straight there? Well, not obviously not straight there, but
Where?
because I'm gonna be on live. I'm gonna be on live for maybe one more hour. Well, no, that's not true. The US play tonight at 5. That's really why I'm live.
You can stop by my place. We can get coffee and go together over there. But we will have to leave very early because it's a lot of traffic.
Because of the traffic, yeah.
And although I'm not really sure about that, but yeah, the people that are coming like from town and they're going to cover, it's always a lot of traffic.
Pacific
Me
Palisades.
personally, I'm gonna be on my bike until like 6 weeks.
Yeah. Well, let me think about it. Give me an hour to think about it, because I'm streaming now. I was planning to watch the USA game and stream it. That starts at 5, so it won't be done until 7. So it seems a little tight, but let's see, because I do kind of feel like getting out and stretching my legs a little bit.
Yeah, man, like no problem.
Yeah, man, we'll do that. Well, the Brazil game is over. Lancelot, sorry, brother. Another disappointing result for Brazil, and a big result for Venezuela. What else do we have here? That kind of rounds up all of the international games up until this 5 p.m. game. I think actually Argentina should be playing. Argentina play. Let's see. Argentina are playing Paraguay today at 3:30. So we got one more game before ahead of the American game. We're gonna throw that on. While we wait, I'm gonna put on some FIFA and just re-engage with my chat really quickly. So yeah. If you want to stay on, definitely you can, Jerome, or you can hit me back. But I'm gonna stay live for a little bit.
Hey, stay live, man. I'm just like I'm listening.
Yeah.
You want to have like a glimpse of it? Listen to that. Is it loud?
It's a little loud. It's not that loud actually, but
It's not that loud.
it's not that loud.
Yeah, because like you get like the noise from my helmet, so it's covered. But it's okay. Let me know if it's too loud, okay?
Chat, we got Jerome on his bike. He's riding his motorbike through the city of Los Angeles. He's turning up. Lancelot says he's not impressed with the result, but you're not surprised by the result either, huh? You were expecting it. Unfortunate. We understand how South American ball can be at times, but Brazil really should have won this game. I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on with them.
Hold on 1 second. Why you guys are not surprised by the result? I want to know.
Lancelot, my boy Jerome is asking, why are you not surprised by this result? I think I know what he's going to say. You know, Brazil have just not been up to par for quite a while. But yes, Lancelot, tell us, why were you expecting this result with Brazil, huh? And while we wait for that, I'm going to go back and throw up my question about naming a player, any player, if they had no injuries,
would be the best player to play the game?
The best there.
The best to play.
You have to give an era. You know?
I don't know, like modern era, relatively modern. Any player from 2000 forward. Because we can't talk about, Pele had injuries too. I'm not gonna lie,
And he was the best.
and he still was the best. You know what I mean? So maybe I can't use that one.
Maradona too.
Lancelot says, "Hey, please on the motorcycle, be careful." I will say that he's an experienced
much love.
rider. Much love.
Much love, man. Much love.
Yeah. But yeah,
People were crazy with the fucking phones.
yeah, people have their phones out on the road. I gotta be honest, I've been guilty of texting while driving. It's a
Shame
real.
on you.
I know, serious. Shame on me for sure. All right, I'm gonna try to pull up this Argentina game while we wait. Lancelot, give us one reason why give us the state of Brazil. What you think is the state of this nation at this point, the way you guys are playing? What do you expect for the next year going into the World Cup? If you're not surprised by this result. And at the same time, I'm going to bring in the Xbox and we're going to do some FIFA. Lancelot says Brazil is a team that lacks an idea, a game style. They're predictable, and the coach has old ideas. I can't disagree with any of those. The only thing I will say is you guys have brought in multiple coaches, different coaches, Brazilian coaches to come and try to do a thing. Do you think you should bring in a non-Brazilian coach? Bring in if Ancelotti weren't to be a Real Madrid's coach next year, would you take him at Brazil? He also says the players are responsible. I feel that too. I feel that,
That's the role they're playing the game.
they are playing the game. It's up to them to go and get the result, right?
Who's the captain right now?
That's a good question. I think, and that's a big point too. And I'm not sure if he still is, but the last I checked, the captain is Danilo. And Danilo, like what? I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's been able to have a successful career, but he doesn't seem like, I'm surprised it's not even Marquinhos at least or somebody, but Danilo.
Not the big Uganda.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with Lancelot. I do think Brazil is just lacking a style and understanding of, they haven't evolved. They've relied on individual brilliance for so long with good coaching. Because I'll say like Scolari was a great coach. Even Dunga, I don't know if Dunga was a good coach, but they've had good coaches in the past. But they've not been able to really move forward. It seems like they're afraid to break the tradition of only Brazilian coaches. Facts. I agree with that. TikTok, what's up, man? We're live on YouTube, youtube.com/@eatprayball, but you can stay tapped in with me here. We are talking footy today. It's international break. We got a bunch of international games. It's the road to the U.S. national team's game. Maurizio Pochettino, our newest coach in charge. He is, what is he, 1-1? 1-1 as coach of the U.S. We play Nations League game against Jamaica today. We're looking forward to seeing some players, some new players that he's been scouting, and some more of his footprint in this national team. So we're going to see that. The question of the day right now, or the question of the moment, I should say, is name one player, if they had no injuries, you would be the best player to play the game to this point. Name, if you can think about a player who was one of the best ever, but just was riddled with all kinds of injury problems. What player would that be if they had no injuries? What player would that be if you could rub a lamp and wish for them to have had injury-free career? Back to Lancelot on YouTube. He says Brazil used to be dependent on one player, Neymar, and now they don't know how to play as a team. And I agree with that. Like, folks don't realize how much Neymar carried Brazil after 2010. You remember the 2010 World Cup? It was underwhelming. It was supposed to be Kaká's team. He had Michel Bastos on the team. It wasn't the best team, right? Let me see. Brazil.
Like curly hair guy, David.
Which one? David's roster. Hold on, I'm looking up the roster right now for us. Let's see. They had Luis Fabiano playing striker. They did have Robinho on the team.
David Luiz.
Oh, David Luiz in the back, but he actually didn't start. They started Gilberto Silva, Lucio, and Juan were on the team. Danny Alves was on the team, but he was a substitute. Maicon was on the team, playing right wing. Michel Bastos, who had been playing for Marseille at that time, or maybe he was playing for Lyon. I can't remember. I think he played for Marseille, but he played striker for Marseille, and he played left wing back for Brazil. They had Felipe Melo. The Lancelot already highlighted him as a player who was on the field only to hurt people. They had Kaká and Elano, and it just was not a good team. It was not a good team. And after that, they kind of did a whole refresh of the team and brought in a whole new crop of young players, including Oscar. I remember Hulk was a part of that squad. Obviously, Neymar, Lucas Moura, and all those players I named, only one carried the Brazilian team, and that was Neymar. Lucas Moura dropped off. Oscar went to China after 2 years of playing with us in Chelsea. Hulk never really went to a big club, and that, I think, affected his playing career for Brazil. You think Hulk is overrated, bro? Wow. I was a big fan of Hulk. I'm not going to lie. You know I like big players. He's not really that big. He was bulky. But, yeah. Interesting. Overrated, he says. Crazy. Let's see. Lancelot said that 2000 Brazilian team was underrated, he says. Not the best, but was decent. The mistakes against Netherlands cost us. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even say decent, bro. I mean, out of all those names I named, maybe Kaká, Robinho, and Felipe Melo, and Maicon. Lucio and Julio Cesar. Julio Cesar is a keeper we didn't name, by the way, but I think he deserves at least a little bit of recognition. Yeah. As a Brazilian keeper, maybe definitely not top 5 ever, but
was like, would you consider Adriano as among the injured guys?
That's a good question, but I wouldn't. I would say that he still got to live his prime.
Depression is an injury.
Depression is an injury. Mental health can qualify as injuries. I mean, but now that you say that, we've opened up a whole new roster of players that.
I mean, Adriano, it was kind of the case, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even when Adriano retired, he ended up going back to the hood. He became like a drug dealer in Brazil. You know, like it's really interesting, you know, the trajectory of these football players even after they stop. And again, Adriano wasn't somebody who just played casually. Like, that was a big time player. Yeah. Big time player. So yeah, that's a good one. Definitely a good one. Let's see. All right, chat. Give me 1 second. I'm about to grab the Xbox. We're gonna play we're gonna play a little video games before we get back to watching some of this footy.
Shit.
How's it feel? I don't know how you ride a bike, man, in LA. That's got to be one of the toughest things.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of experience, bro.
Yeah.
And great experience, like, weather is always good. You know?
Lancelot said, "Why Hulk overrated?" He said, "Here in Brazil, people want to see him back with the national team. He's the best player on the in the Brazilian league." Wow, that's what Lancelot said. Yeah, I mean, Hulk was my guy. Hulk was definitely my guy, but that was back when FIFA would play him on. Why can't FIFA put the Brazilian team on the video game? Man?
I offended someone.
Yeah, no, but he's not offended. He's just a part of the convo, man.
No, I got it.
He's like, how on earth could you say Hulk is overrated? And I agree with you, Lancelot. I don't know.
Overrated. Like those guys, like, you know, they have a lot of gas. They have a lot of like life because of their physical. You know.
Yeah.
The game is more than that, man. And you know, like at some point, a player he also evolved in this aura on the team. I mean, like you're wondering why the Brazilian team is like that because it was holding on one guy.
Right.
Neymar.
It was all Neymar.
Nobody can be a fucking leader, right?
Yeah. No,
You don't have a real leader. Overrated.
Overrated, he says. I think I will agree with you that Hulk maybe should have taken his career more seriously in the fact that he could have gone to some bigger clubs, and that would have put him on the world stage more often. He seemed to kind of chase the money.
But sometimes that's the problem of the agent. Sometimes it's the mistake of the agent. They're not always their fault, you know. But you know, the guy, like for me, doesn't stand out. Right? He's like spectacular. I'll say no, but like overall, he has to also like, you know, develop other features like managing a team, being a leader, like changing his way so he can play in different like leagues or clubs. Is something that makes a great player. You know?
Yeah.
So overrated.
Fair.
Doesn't mean that the guy is bad. You know? Doesn't mean that the guy is still a great player. I mean, like you make it there, like to that level, you must be good. So all of them. But you know,
there's levels for sure. There's levels.
Like we were talking about Didier Deschamps earlier. Well, Didier Deschamps underrated.
I do agree that Didier Deschamps is underrated, but he also played. Yeah. He plays a position where you shouldn't be in the spotlight. You know,
I would say so.
I just think if you're doing your job as a 6 on a team, then you're not in the spotlight. Your team is winning, so you're in the spotlight in that way. But you shouldn't be highlighted. You should be moving the team the way a 6 does. You know, and that's why
it's not fair. Not fair. But
no, for sure. But that's why I don't like, you know, the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
You know, I think some players are on the field to do their job, and some players are on the field to be the best in the world. And unfortunately, just like in all sports, you know, the people who score the goals, who get the buckets, those are the people who get hailed as the best in the world, you know? Yeah. And it's just like that.
And then I want to tell you something about like, it's not like taking something seriously, like personally, but someone like Neymar is always dangerous.
Neymar is always dangerous.
He's always dangerous. And like on the teams, they're always like worried about what he's gonna do or how he's gonna move, because whatever move he does is creating a problem. That's not the case with Hulk. You know, he has the physical 101. He can be impressive and everything, but it's not the same thing. Uncomparable.
I give you that. We can't compare Hulk to like a Neymar.
And that's why I'm saying that he's overrated. Because like it's a good player for sure, yeah, but like he's not making the difference. It's not like the guy who's gonna create the difference.
It's pretty impressive
Don't
how
expect-
Neymar has been able to make a difference too. I will say. I mean,
The guy is annoying. When he doesn't have the ball, he's dangerous. When he has the ball, he's dangerous.
right.
He's annoying.
You can't let him. You can't let him like go away. But you.
There's something that people who don't really know about soccer forget about. Those guys, that Neymar has eliminated some of like the most skilled defenders of the game.
For sure.
And when you get dribbled by these guys 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and there's like 50,000 people looking at you, and morally speaking, he hits you.
Yeah. Speaking of which, if you guys haven't already, go tap into my social media, my Instagram, my YouTube, my TikTok. I just posted a video about being a danger man, where you're just as dangerous on the ball, and you're so dangerous on the ball that you claim too much attention off the ball. In which case, at all times on the field, you're a danger man. Go give my video a like if you wouldn't mind. Tap in with me. We got Argentina versus Paraguay coming up next. It's on the screen right now. I'm gonna still go get. I'm gonna still.
I think that like guys like Iniesta or Xavi would have deserved the goal, the Ballon d'Or. They would have deserved it.
If
They were annoying.
they were annoying, but here's my argument with Xavi and Iniesta. They were annoying as a unit. I don't think individually they would have been as annoying. Now Iniesta's different for me. Iniesta's different for me. But it's really the Xavi argument. You never hear Xavi's name without hearing Iniesta's name, ever. And I think that's a big, that's a big point. I think Xavi is a great player. He had a great career, obviously, with Barcelona, but I
don't see you that.
Yeah, I can't see Xavi just going to Liverpool and being the same Xavi he was at Barcelona. Now, if I can give you a player who's similar but not the same, but plays on the same team, Xavi Alonso, I think, is one of those players where he controls the game. And again, I would never give him the Ballon d'Or because he did his job. But I think he was one of the greatest players in that position. As a matter of fact, my next question of the day is start, bench, sell. Sergio Busquets, Xabi Alonso, and Rodri. What are we doing, guys? Come on through and give me your
You're biased.
I am biased.
I know you like Rodri.
Rodri is I've been saying a lot about him lately, bro. I've been saying a lot about him.
Yeah.
Let me type this, and I'm also gonna put a poll.
Man, I'm in the ghetto here. I'm serious. Like 16th Street is
So Rodri, Sergio Busquets. Let's see. For my folks on YouTube, I'm gonna also tap in.
16th Street in Alameda is no joke.
Oh, it's hood, huh?
It's south. Wow. Yeah. I think it's closed. All of that to that.
I think we're going to try to go live here on IG.
All of that to nothing. Shit, man. very old-fashioned door.
Are you going through? You're downtown now.
I am, but like my mechanic is not there apparently. Hey, hello. Are you guys close? Because like I tried to get in there. Okay, so you have time for me now?
I don't know what you need.
You're great. I got the thing. Great. Yeah, I got it. I'm sure it's fine. Like,
My guy's at the mechanic, y'all. He's riding around on his bike through the streets. And now he's getting this thing fixed.
man. I was saying that the neighborhood was ghetto, but you look at my hamburger store, even more ghetto. They're safe.
What's up, Hi on TikTok? We see you. Appreciate you joining. Make sure y'all like the live if you wouldn't mind. We're going to be here for another couple hours.
Thank you, sis. Right. So bring me the ball. Fucking double.
You said it's what?
It's a double. Big. I'm on the phone. Sorry, I'm on the phone.
I assume that you're on the phone.
I like the dog, but he's big. Ross is big.
Got a big dog with you. Big dog.
It's like really, Latino motorcycle mechanic with a dog so big that you come here and if you're not invited, you might leave, but like not entirely.
Exactly. You might leave some limbs out of this thing.
Yeah, you might leave an arm or something.
Oh man.
I wish I could put a video right now. I don't try to disrespect anything.
Yeah.
Fine.
So you're getting your brakes fixed, your handlebars fixed, huh?
No, the handle grips.
Hey, what's up, Sada 304? What's happening, big dog? We've been chilling on YouTube. I decided to just pop on Instagram just to say what's up. I'm here on the phone with my boy. We had a great conversation about footballers over history, some of the best in the world. We had a great conversation about who, if any player, if they had no injuries, would have been the best player to ever play the game. And now I got a big question for you guys. Start, bench, sell. Rodri, Sergio Busquets, or Xabi Alonso. Who are you putting in your starting lineup of those three Spanish legends? We're going to be watching Argentina versus Paraguay. It looks like I'm a minute behind the live score because they're at the 59th on my phone, but I'm watching and it just started. Trying to see what channel it's on. Maybe it's on an easier channel. No, it's on Fanatiz in the USA. I don't have that one. What's up, folks? So if you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, go ahead, and if you're on Twitch, answer that question. I'm curious. We'll go back to the other one. We're all waiting for the USA versus Jamaica game. We're watching Messi. He just hugged Rodrigo de Paul. He's about to get his campaign going. Campaign.
I gave you the box, right? Oh, yeah, it's just right here.
I think while I'm going to do this, I'm going to play some FIFA.
Whew. Should have taken a picture before. Just going to take a picture before and after. Because that deserves a before and after picture, right? Yeah, that's disgusting.
How long is it going to take to
I don't know what's happening. How long is it going to take to do that? ¿Cuánto tiempo? ¿Ya sabes? Para cambiar eso. 15. Qué bueno.
Oh, That's not bad.
Yeah, it's very fast, man. 15 minutes.
Pancake Eater, what's happening? We are now live on multi-platform. We're still up here on TikTok. We're live over here on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. Shantique, haven't seen your name in a while. Hope you're doing well, brother. Welcome. Watching Paraguay play Argentina. I'm at the 46th minute. I guess I can go ahead and throw up the score. I think I'm also going to throw up a game of FIFA while we watch this. We're big chilling today.
Fernandez, Velasquez, Gomez. Ooh, Messi there. DePaul.
Hey, for my folks on Instagram, go ahead and do me a favor. Hop over to my latest videos, the one about being a danger man and the one about making an effort, going and putting a foot in defensively. Go ahead and give your boy a like. Show your boy some love.
Do you think that Messi is still there because Ronaldo doesn't keep up, or vice versa?
Wait, say that again. Do I think what again?
I say, do you think that Messi is still there, or because Ronaldo doesn't want to keep up, or vice versa?
Bro, so we all know Messi gave up on Argentina before the World Cup. He has nothing left to do. But I mean, he's literally a year and a half away from playing in yet one more World Cup. So why not? Why not keep playing for your team? You know.
I mean, like he's South American, man. Like he's going to play the World Cup in America.
Right. Right. That's probably a big World Cup to play in. Can he get 2 World Cups? I doubt it. I doubt Argentina will win the 2026 World Cup. I don't think they're that team, but
so who's your bet?
that's a loaded question because I don't think any team. I mean, I honestly am waiting for Portugal to show the quality that they actually have. I'm not sure if they got the right coach to do it. I'm waiting for France to show the quality that they have, and probably the same thing. It might be time for Deschamps to pass the torch.
Yeah, I don't know because France got like it's too defensive.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's defensive versus they don't have any real plan for attack other than get it to our skill players up top. You know, there doesn't seem to be much fluidity in the attack versus when Griezmann was there and even Giroud, you know, they opened up space for players like Mbappe. I also think Pogba played a lot more important part in their World Cup win than anybody, you know, cares to highlight. But I do think Pogba was very important to their success. Now, Argentina, on the other hand, look like they all know how to play together.
Looks like they still have the same team, man.
They basically have the same team. You know, they had a good blend of. I mean, they were kind of a young team in the 2022 World Cup, 23 World Cup.
Yeah, that was funny to see that Messi was the oldest.
Right. Who else am I thinking about? I'm thinking about I'm gonna put my old question back up.
I would like to see Korea.
Korea.
They did great, man. Like there's like team like that I would like to see, like Korea, Mexico. There's team like where like, you know, think they would deserve better.
Yeah, I think Mexico are still rebuilding, but they should get to a point.
If Mexico wins the World Cup, man, I don't know what's happening in the world.
Yeah,
that's celebrating.
That would be crazy.
That'll be the craziest party you ever seen.
Oh yeah, that would be a
like
great.
Mexico won the World Cup one day. And what about like an African country, man? That would be crazy.
I think, man, I would love to see an African country win. I couldn't tell you, Cote d'Ivoire won the last Cup of Nations, but I think Egypt and probably there's some teams better. Ghana should be good, but they're not for some reason.
Ghana's good though.
Nigeria is not as good as they should be.
Cameroon is not doing well lately.
Yeah, Cameroon.
Maybe Egypt.
Yeah, I was thinking Egypt, but they can't come close to winning a World Cup.
Morocco was doing well.
Yeah, Morocco is good. Morocco is good.
Yeah. Morocco was doing well. This thing will have to be tightened up all the time, right? That's not good. I shouldn't have bought that. No, no es una buena cosa porque yo lo voy. Tendré que arreglar todo el tiempo. Porque eso, las cositas que van a arreglar. Ay, mi culpa.
Let's see what else. What's up, my folks on YouTube? If you're just joining, we've been live. We're big chilling. We're watching international football today. I'm on the phone with my boy, talking about some of the greats who've ever played. Watching Paraguay versus Argentina. Just finished Brazil versus Venezuela. What a sad game that was. Man, have you ever bit down and felt like your teeth are going to fall off? Oh, that looked like it was a goal. Paraguay just barely, almost scored. We're chilling. What's up, y'all? What's up? We're still here. We're big chilling. Sorry, I kind of dozed off for a second. I'm over here texting. I'm doing all kinds of things. We're still live. We're in the lab. We got Argentina playing Paraguay right now. About 10 minutes in. Uh-oh. First yawn. Look at Martinez getting the start. Lautaro. What's up, y'all? We got nobody in the TikTok chat, nobody on Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and end Instagram. Instagram, come tap in with us. We're gonna be live. YouTube, youtube.com/@eatprayball. Come find us. We're gonna be big chilling. See y'all there. What else we got? I think I do. I mean, I'm watching this game, but I need to go out and see some sunlight because the sun will go down in about an hour, and that would be sad that I would go the whole day without seeing sunlight. And it looks like Argentina scored their first goal just 12 minutes in. Lautaro Martinez scored the opening goal, but they're still doing a goal check, y'all. And he calls it goal. Yeah, man, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a quick hour and a half break while I got us here. We're going to start streaming again. I'm going to take an hour break. Let's do that. Start streaming again here at 4:50 ahead of this 5 o'clock game. Berries, what's happening? Welcome to the chat. We've been on here for about an hour. We've been on here for 2 hours watching games. I'm going to go outside and get some sunlight. I'm going to wake my dog up so she's not up all night. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. We're going to go outside. Yeah, you and me. We're going to wake this puppy up. She's going to sleep all day with me. We're going to hop off the live for just about an hour. Come tap back in on TikTok, on YouTube, youtube.com/@eatprayball. We're going to let this Paraguay-Argentina. I got to be honest. I'm not really worried about Paraguay-Argentina. Already, this game is not the most interesting or enticing. So we're going to go outside and breathe some air and go from there. And then we'll be back. 5 p.m. Come tap back in. 5 p.m. Pacific time for this U.S. versus Jamaica game. It should just be a fun one. See what the state of the United States soccer men's national team is at. Come holler at me. More to come. Peace, y'all. Peace, TikTok. Peace, berries. Jeffrey, peace. YouTube, we out of here. I'll see you soon. We're going to end this live.